So to find missing figure, repeat. To find missing figure, key in opening, put in opening, closing, and your credit balance will be given. Find missing figure, sales. To find purchase, we open trade paper. Of course, the other way to find purchase, one of the way is to open trade paper, opening liability, closing liability, and the payment, discount received, purchase return. If it is expenses, debit balance, opening balance is my opening prepayment. You'll be given also closing prepayment. At the end of the year, prepaid 60 means closing prepayment 60 here. Bring up, and the question will normally give you in the bank statement, how much we actually pay for these expenses, credit bank, debit expenses, find the amount charged to SPL. How much is this? Given, given, given. You have to find missing figure. Amount charged to P&L expenses 140. You can also be given opening accrual, closing accrual, liability. Understand? But for this tutorial, to find missing figure, we need this. We know asset minus liability is equity. A minus L equals to E or C, capital. So if this is my SOFP, non-current asset, PPE, property, plant and equipment, inventory, receivable, asset. Current liability, trade payable, loan, accrual, liability. So asset minus liability 4,000 is my net asset. Is my net asset also equals to equity here? Yes. If you are given asset, given liability, you can find the equity, which is closing capital. Closing asset, closing liability, closing capital. Can I find profit from here? If you are given asset, given liability, in which we can find closing capital, can we find profit from here? Cannot. We can only find capital. Understand? But if I want to find my closing capital, we know that closing capital is made of opening capital plus what? Drawings? No. Additional capital plus additional capital, any more? Plus net profit, then minus drawings. Okay, repeat. If you are given asset, you are given liability in the question, you can find the capital, but you can't find the profit. But what if I tell you here, asset liability given to find the capital, you are also given opening capital, you are also given information on additional capital, as well as drawing. Can we now find net profit? Yes. So our tutorial question one, question 3, 4, 5, you'll be given asset, liability, therefore find the capital, A. Then they give you additional info on your capital, additional capital, and drawing, additional info. Part B, they ask you to find net profit. Done. Is it okay? Can I? So, question 1. Describe accrual basis of accounting. Another name for accrual, can you write there? Matching concept. Accrual basis, accrual concept, matching concept. What is matching concept? What is accrual concept? Same, huh? How to explain? Okay, for accruals concept, income, you don't need copy, answer is that. Income should be recognized when we earn or when we receive. Income should be recognized when we earn the income or when we receive the money. Answer, we should recognize the income when we earn, not when we receive. What about expenses? Expenses should be recognized when we incur or when we pay. When we incur. When we incur the cost, we must recognize in our book. Understand? Not when we pay. Example, if you work for me for January, your salary is 2,000. You have already worked 1 month. Okay, end of the month, I pay you 2,000. How much you earn in January? Earn 2. How much you receive? I pay you 2. How much you receive? Huh? Repeat. Your salary is 2,000 per month. So you already work for January at the full month January, and you have already earned 2,000. And I pay you 2,000. How much you receive? 2,000. I pay you 2,000. You earn 2. I pay you 2 means you receive 2. Okay, no problem. February, 4 months you have been working for me for 2 months, 4 months, and you have already earned another 2. And I pay you also 2. How much you earn? 2. How much you receive? 2 in February. March, 4 months you work. I have no money to pay you. How much you earn? You earn 2. I have no money to pay you. How much you receive? 0. Do you go around and tell your friend, family, hey, for the whole month, I earn 0 income? Correct or wrong? Wrong. You have already worked. You have already earned 2,000. Just that you haven't received. So you should recognize 2,000 as your income. Earn, not receive. In April, whole month, you work. And I must pay you how much? Full amount? 4. How much you earn in April? 2. How much you receive? 4. You must recognize only 2, not recognize what you received in April. This is accruals concept. Understand? So same thing apply to payable purchase cost. Example, now is June. We will receive our electricity bill. Is it for last month, May? So May, I move in the house. I use the electricity for the whole month. The bill only come in June. Means in May, I don't pay anything. Does it mean May, I don't incur electricity cost? No, I still incur, just that I haven't paid. So must I recognize the cost? Yes, recognize the amount I incur. I haven't paid, just that I owe lah. Cannot. So in May, I still incur 1 month electricity. I pay 0. That is why, this one in your answer later, income is recognized when we earn. Doesn't matter how much you receive. You may receive more, receive less, you only recognize you earn. Same thing for expenses. You recognize when you incur. Got it? Why we call it matching concept? Because income for the year, whether we receive or we haven't received, we must recognize income when we earn. Whereas for the expenses, whether we have paid or we haven't paid for year 1, we will recognize the expenses. That is how we get our profit. Even though I haven't collected anything, I haven't paid anything, I still recognize the profit. Matching, we must match our income with our expenses, not with receipt or payment, no. Got it? This is accounting concept, accrual and matching concept. Alright? That's why you got accrual, you got prepayment. What is prepayment? When you pay more. Are we going to recognize all? No. Cannot. We recognize what we incur. Alright? So, question 1, matching concept. Explain the cause of the incomplete record. Already explained. Can be due to missing figure. Can be due to inexperience. Okay. It can be due to some missing invoices. Due to what? Flood, fire, stolen. Okay. And number C, Explain 3 disadvantages of keeping a single entry. We always keep double entry, one debit, one credit. We never keep single entry. Why? We look at the disadvantage. Answer. Tutorial 1, question 1. Accrual basis or matching concept. Revenue is recognized, income is recognized when we earn, not when we receive the money. Expenses is recognized when we incur it, not when we pay. Why is there an incomplete records? Because owner do not have knowledge on double entry, they record wrongly. Because owner failed to record, because some documents, some records were lost, were destroyed. Understand? That's why incomplete. Disadvantages of single entry. Why one side of an entry is not correct, or why? What are the disadvantages? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so normally this is my style. Your tutorial answer I'll discuss. Answer will be given. You can take, but I will check the following week. Meaning you must go back and do lah. If I ask you to do now, you won't do one lah. I mean, before you come, you must do tutorial 1. Will you do? You will copy lah, or you won't do. So never mind. We discuss, but next week you must do. But I won't see you next week, right? I won't see you next week. So good lah. Okay, but after the holiday period, each time after we discuss the following week, I will check. So you must do lah. Huh? If don't do, I'll see how. Miss, you must do lah. No excuse You can copy, you can do whatever you want as long as you do it. You don't photostat lah, you must do. Alright, question 2. Wait Okay, question 2. Encik Ali, Encik Baba, you have capital on 1st April 17, 31st March 18. Can I say this is opening capital, closing capital? Yes, opening capital, house computer transfer in. Our own house computer we transfer into the business. What is this? Huh? Additional capital, should I plus? Yes, profit plus drawing minus. So this is my closing capital. Can you find how much? And can you also find the profit? Three 367000. Profit? $161,000. Tutorial question 2 done. 3, 4, 5. 3 more. Very long. This one. 3 long questions. Okay. Answer for question 2. Now. Question 3. Okay, before we start with question 3, a quick one. Question 3, 4 and 5. You'll be given assets, you'll be given liability, so you can find capital. Part A. Then additional note, they will give you additional capital. They will also give you drawing to ask you to find profit. Understand? So normally there's a way like 3, 4 and 5. Question 3, 4 and 5. Exam similar. Let's try question 3. Kalimoto lists down his record. And you have 30th April 18, 1st May 17. Which one is opening? Can I say this is opening balance, this is closing balance? Can I? Opening date, closing date. So this is my opening asset, opening liability. These are my closing asset, closing liability with all the question mark. Means we have to find. Now, opening asset, debit side. What about this one? Accumulated credit. So if it's credit balance, we put a bracket. Debit balance, accumulated credit, bank, receivable, inventory, payable, and loan. You have debit, you have credit, you have assets, you have liability. What can you find? You have A, you have L. Can you find capital? Yes. So your answer will be like this. All this you transfer and you prepare your statement of affairs. Statement of affairs here. Statement of affairs as at 1st of May opening. Put in opening, closing, transfer all the information into here. You have already identified just now debit and credit. One wrong, one correct placement, 1 mark, half a mark. So you place correctly debit, credit, half, 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 half. Understand? So you put in all the heading, debit, credit, asset, liability. Can I find capital or equity? Yes. How? Add up debit side, add up credit side, find the missing figure. How much is it? Which one? 673,800 debit side. Credit. Credit you add up here, you have 420. But therefore we put 673,800. Find the missing figure. How much? 253,800 is my missing figure. You must know how to find. Debit asset minus all my liability is my capital. A minus L is my 253. Okay. I show you here. Meaning debit side you have asset. Credit side you have liability. So we find the missing figure, capital. Debit side asset, credit side liability. We find the missing figure, capital. So we take A minus L. Alright? So opening capital found. Continue. This one okay? Okay. So opening settle with my asset liability capital. We have question mark here because we got notes so that we can plug in the missing figure. A, number 1. During the year, goods of 800 goods per month will be drawn by Kalimoto and cash 240, 2004 paid to the kindergarten as his son's tuition fee. You withdraw goods, take out some cash to pay tuition fee. What is this? Drawings. So 800 per month times with 12 months. Withdraw goods 96, withdraw cash 24. What is my total drawings? Total drawing 12,000. 800 times 12, 96, plus the 2004 cash drawing, 12. Total drawing. Okay. Do we have to adjust here? No need. Why? There. Remember, I told you here, drawings. We are given asset, given liability is to find closing capital. The drawing is actually given here. It's actually for us later to find our net profit. So we don't have to adjust the asset liability. So what I do, I put a circle here for our profit. Number 2. Kalimoto brought in a lorry. He bring in his own lorry into our brother's lorry into the business, 60,000. When? 1st of December. Where's my year end? My year end is April. I bring in 1st December. So question, how much is my motor vehicle now? Beginning how much? 480. And here I bring in another 60,000. How much is my capital now? I mean motor vehicle? 480. I bring in another 60 in December. So my motor vehicle at cost will be 540. Found. Okay, not? Number 3. All the assets are subject to 20% per annum on cost, 20% depreciation on cost. I got how many types of fixed asset here? 2, fixture and motor. Now, is there any information on fixture? Is there, you look at note 1, 2, 3, 4, any information on fixture and fitting? No, meaning last year opening balance is 120. My closing, no mention on fixture, means it remain 120. Put in there. No mention on fixture means same. They never say buy or sell, so same. Must I depreciate on this 120,000? Note 3. I must depreciate 20%. So I got a closing of 120. I must depreciate 20%. How much is it? 120,000, 20%. Yeah, here. Depreciation 120,000 and 20%. So this year depreciation will be 24. for fixture. Here, I already have 24 at the beginning of the year. This year, I depreciate another 24. So how much is my accumulated now? 48. Understand? We add another 24,000 depreciation for this year. Total 48. And we know accumulated is credit side, so bracket. Motor vehicle, I have 480. I buy another 60 in this. I introduce another 60 in December. So how many months must I depreciate for the 60,000? My year end is April. I bring in December. So for that 60,000, I depreciate December, January, February, March, April. 60,000 depreciate 5 months. What about this 480,000? Depreciate full year. Understand? So my working will be here. 480,000 full year, 20%. Whereas the other 60,000, I'll depreciate only 5 months. Therefore, my total depreciation will be 101 for this year. I started with 480. I bring in another 60 because December I depreciate 5 months. Yes? Yeah. So this year I'm going to depreciate 101. Check. Opening 1st of May, I already have 96,000 depreciation accumulated. And this year I'm going to depreciate another 101. What is my accumulated? 197,000 pound. Okay. One more zero. December. I bring in December. I depreciate. My year end is April. December, January, February, March, April. Okay. Note 3. Done. Note 4. Note 4. Allowance for doubtful debt will be 5% on your receivable. Look at your closing receivable. You have 40,000 receivable closing, and the question asks you to create doubtful debt of 5%. So 5% on your closing receivable 40,000. I want to provide 2,000. AFDD, allowance for doubtful debt. Allowance for doubtful debt. I want to create 2,000 doubtful debt. Debit or credit balance? Allowance for doubtful debt. Asset receivable is debit. I want to reduce it by creating a provision. Credit. So allowance for doubtful debt, AFDD, I create a 2,000 doubtful debt. Is a credit balance. Bracket. Okay. So this question we have to adjust for depreciation. We have to adjust for doubtful debt. Now we have found all the figure here. Asset found, liability found. Can we find the capital? Yes. Do the same thing. Statement of affair, debit and credit. Find missing figure capital. Like this. Do the same thing for this. Transfer it to here. Here, closing. My fixture and fitting 120. Accumulated how much? 48. 540, 197. 540, 197. Continue. Cash, receivable, inventory, asset, accounts payable, liability, debit, credit, debit, credit. Accumulated, no, allowance for the product, you have created another 2,000. Put in, create one. Done. Find missing figure. Okay. How much? Four eight one zero zero zero. Okay. Can. This one, okay? Can for your midterm, midterm similar one. Now, this one, part A only, haven't finished yet. We speak of part B, what they want, find profit. Can we find profit from here? Cannot. I mean, just from this information here, cannot. We only have open asset and liability and capital. Is this my opening or closing capital? This is my opening capital, and this is my closing, because this is opening date, closing date. Okay. If I are asked to find profit here, opening capital plus additional capital plus profit less drawing closing capital. Is my opening capital found? How much? Follow the steps. Opening 253,800, 481. 253,800. Closing capital found 481. Okay. Let's look at the note which one is given, because they ask us to find the profit. Is additional capital given? Note 2. He brought in 60,000 additional capital. Note 1. There's a drawing of 12,000. Additional capital 60. Drawing 12. Additional capital 60. Drawing 12. How to get the 12 again? 800 times 12 plus 2004. Therefore, 12,000. Can you find the net profit now? Missing figure. This is what the question wants. Find the profit. How much? Huh? Opening plus additional capital. Additional capital. Less drawing. Profit is balancing 179,200. Done. Okay. Yeah. Okay, answer. Question 3. You want to take? No. Now, you notice here, very important. You must have working here. Okay, I tell you how Mr. Su normally allocate the mark. Okay, we know these are your answer. Marks will be given on this. Okay, because 24, you got how you get 48 because you got depreciate another 24. So you have a working to find 24. Marks will be given here half a mark. Working will be 1 mark. Can let's say you got this correct. So you half a mark, half a mark. Here you got working, 1 mark here and 1 mark here. If you do not show working, but your answer is 100% correct, you will lose out 2 marks. 100% correct answer, but you don't get 2 marks. Why? Because no working. That's why this example only 2 working. If it's an exam question, you will easily you got 4 to 5. 1 question got 4 workings. No working, you lose out 4 marks. 2 question easily you lose out 6 marks to 7 marks. When I mark your question, always the case. Answer 100% correct, but you lose out about 6 to 7. No working. So I already remind you, warn you, final exam, you still going to have 3 to 4 of you forgot to show working. Let's see how this round. Hopefully all will show working. Okay, so let's prove it 100% will show. But I can tell you show got 1 or 2 will show one. Okay, all right. Answer to find your profit 179,200. You realize something different here? How I get 179 just now? This way, right? Opening plus additional air profit less drawing closing. Can you see here? Opening capital plus additional capital plus profit minus drawing to get my closing capital. So if I want to find my profit, which is here, if I want to find my profit, can I transfer drawing to this side? Yes, meaning I will have closing capital. Drawing transfer to this side means plus drawing. Then capital plus or minus? Additional capital less opening capital to get my profit. So closing plus drawing minus. The answer use this method. Check closing plus drawing minus to get net profit. In your exam, you can use this. So you don't have to memorize another formula. Okay. Understand? Question 4. Question 3 done. Question 4. Okay, change answer question 38 to 50. Change 38 to 50. Okay. This one must shout because recording. Later you listen, cannot hear. No question. Jason, a retailer did not keep proper book on double entry. That's why incomplete. But the valuation of the assets and liability is given here. 1st June 17, 31st May 18. Therefore, this is opening and here this is closing. Okay. You have asset accumulated. Can you in 50 seconds? You know here, this is your asset and liability. Can you find capital? Use calculator, 50 seconds. Plus, minus. How much? 437000. Prepare statement of affair as at 1st June. Statement of affair 1st June. Like this. You take later, I show you the full one later. I show you partly first here. Now, debit. Credit. Find missing figure 437. Done. Continue. Note 1. He withdraw 3,000 per month from the bank during the year. So how much withdraw? Times 12 months. Withdraw 36,000. Do I have to adjust here? No need. Drawing will appear in my profit calculation later. So I put a circle here. This one is for me to find my profit later. Okay, 3,000 times 12 months. Number 2. All non-current assets are to be depreciated by 10% using straight line. All non-current assets. Given my closing asset 50,000 here. Given. Just now we have to find. Now given meaning there's no additional or disposal. How many percent? 10% will be 5. 10% of 50,000, 5. Must show working. 50,000 times 10%. Over here. 50,000 times 10%, 5,000 depreciation for this year. 1 mark. Then, now, original I already have 10. I depreciate another 5. What is my accumulated now? 15. Okay. Motor van, how many percent? My closing is 300,000 given. No additional capital, nothing. Still remain 3. I will depreciate then working 10% on 300,000. Therefore, depreciation for this year 30,000. Depreciation for this year 30,000. I already have 60,000 here. I depreciate another 30,000. So accumulated depreciation 90 pound. The rest all given: inventory, receivable, prepayment given, payable also given. Note 4, he introduces fresh capital, additional capital 150 is our profit calculation later. I put a circle here. And last one, DAFU debt, 6% of DAFU debt is to be created. AFDD, allowance for DAFU debt 6% on receivable. So how much is my receivables? Should I base on 17 or 30? 30. Closing receivable, I want to provide 6%. So show working, 1 mark, 6 times 30%. No, 6% times 30,000. 1,008. DAFU debt, debit or credit balance. Asset receivable is debit. I want to make a provision to break it down. Credit. Okay. Allowance for DAFU debt, 1,008. I think we missed out note 3. Never mind, we go back, note 3 later. So far, okay? Question 3 also got DAFU debt. Question 4 also got DAFU debt on receivable. Now, question 3. No, note 3. 9,000 monthly rental. 9,000 monthly rental for the last quarter of the year, as well as electricity bill for the month of May, haven't paid. If you haven't paid, what must we do? We must accrue. Accrual is a liability. So we must create a liability here. Question, how much must I accrue for rental? Accrual for rental. How much? $9,000 monthly rental for the last quarter. 1 year has got how many quarter? 1 year, 4 quarter. Each quarter how many months? 3. So I haven't paid for 3 months. So 9,000 is 1 month. 999. So I haven't paid 3 months. So I need to accrue 27,000 for rental. I have another 3,000 haven't paid for the month of May. Accrue 1 month May, 3,000. So I got 2 accrual, 27,000 and 3,000. 1 year, 4 quarter. 1 quarter, 3 months. So 999. So accrual is a liability. Let's create here. Rental is 27,000. Liability. Electricity 3,000. You can total together accrual as 30,000, but must show working 27 plus 3. Over here I show separately. You can combine together, no issue. Okay. Okay, so all answer already found, as well as adjusted for accrual and DAFU debt. Depreciation also adjusted. We can now find statement of affair for year end. Same thing, debit and credit, A minus L, balancing C. Okay. Here. Remember in the exam, show working. Allowance for DAFU debt is 6% of how much? 30,000. Show working. accrual for rent will be 9,000 times 3 months. Accrual liability, no need to show working, 1 month only. Depreciation, you must also show working. I already showed it earlier, you transfer to here only. Find missing figure, closing capital 541, 200. Okay. Normally after this, you have opening capital. We now have closing capital. And the question normally asks us to find the profit or the loss. So can we find? Yes. This way. My opening capital 437,000. My closing is 541. How much is my additional cap? Additional capital? 1. Oh, the 150,000. What about drawing? Show the working 3,000 per month. 3,000 times 12, no 1. 36. So find the profit or loss. Okay. Additional capital is 150. Drawing is 36. Answer? Profit or loss? How much? 9,008. Profit or loss, sorry. Is a loss. Double check, is a loss. If it's a loss, minus. Anyway, we got a minus, that's why it's a loss. Okay. Again, the model answer format will be slightly different, right? From here. Start from what? Start from closing capital plus minus minus. I'll give you the answer now. Have you taken this one? Yes. Closing plus drawing minus minus. 9,008 loss. Okay. Okay, now. One more part. You are given here closing, asset, closing liability, closing capital. And you're asked to prepare SOPL, SOFE. SOFE starts with what? Non-current asset. I got how many non-current asset here? Equipment, 50,000. Cost, less accumulated depreciation. 50 minus 15, 35. Second asset, motor van, 30,000, 300,000 minus 90. There, shown here. Okay. What is after non-current asset? What is after non-current? Current asset. What is in the current asset? Inventory, receivable, less allowance, prepayment, bank cash. Inventory, receivable, less allowance, prepayment, bank cash. Do I have all this? Yes. Inventory, receivable, less allowance, receivable, less allowance, prepayment, bank cash. and I got two liability, accrual and payable and accrual. Okay. Answer. After my PPE, current asset, finance by liability. Okay. Which one? This one. Okay. Question 5. Last one. No, which one? This is question 4. No. She took correct. Sure. Okay, last one, question 5. Question 5 a bit different, slightly different. Ready? On 1st of May 2016, Judy just started a small business. The accounting records has been neglected because no experience. That's why incomplete. Okay. All right. You obtain the following detail for the first year business which ended 30th April 2017. So my first year end in April 2017. You are also given 30th April 18. Can I say this is my opening? And this is my closing balance. This is last year's closing, meaning this year's opening. Last year's closing will be this year's opening. Okay. And you notice or not, our question 3 and 4, all will be given. All we have to do is just take A minus L, find the C. But you look at this question here, one is missing. Meaning we have to go and find this figure to get to, once we found, we can find the A minus L equals to C lah. So we find later. Note 1. Note 1. Okay. During the year, Judy had drawn from his bank 75. He also took out some goods, cash 75, goods 5. What is my total drawing? 80. Drawing is 80. You must show this working in your answer. Show this working in your answer. Judy also brought in a set of computer. Brought in a set of computer 15. What is this? Additional capital. We have drawing. We have additional capital. This one will appear in our working to find profit later. But take note, we got new asset here. Additional asset. Okay. Note 2. Two debts amounted to 145 and also 10 are considered to be doubtful and decided that allowance should be created in full for them. Question 3 and 4, they gave us doubtful debt 5%, 6%. Percentage is given. By question 5, percentage not given, but they tell us the amount. Concept still the same. 145 plus 105 total 25. What do you do with this doubtful debt? Must we create for closing? Yes. Create an allowance for doubtful debt 25. Okay ah? Two five. Okay. Note 3. You recommended that depreciation should be depreciated or charged for the year ended 2018. Machinery 10% per annum on cost, 20% on cost for office equipment. Now, additionally here, if I tell you my depreciation is 10% on cost means straight line. On cost means straight line. How many years is my useful life? Depreciation 10% per year. Useful life? 10 years. If my depreciation is 20% per annum on cost, straight line 20%, useful life? 5. Anyone cannot get? If 1 year 10%, how many years will be fully depreciated? 1 year 10, 10, 10, 10, it take me 10 years. If 1 year 20%, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 5 years. If my depreciation is 25% per year, how many years is my useful life? 4. Understand? If my useful life is 50 years, this is okay. If my useful life is 50 years, how many percent? 100%. I divide 50 years, every year I depreciate 2%. Understand? Huh? So now, my depreciation is 10% on cost. Machinery, now we try to find opening balance. My machine is 10%, equipment is 20%. Let's start with equipment. Okay, I know that this is my opening and my equipment at cost is 25. And they do not give us accumulated depreciation for equipment. Can we find? Take note, we started this year, this date, and I closed my accounts here. Is this my first year operation? Yeah, this one very important because I already operated for 1 year. And my asset is 25,000 here. Can we find depreciation for this 1 year? How much? Office equipment. Office equipment is 20%. So they give us a question mark here. We can find accumulated depreciation for office equipment. It will be 20% of 25. How much is it? So my accumulated depreciation will be 5,000 in first year. First year. This one still quite okay, straightforward. And we know depreciation is bracket first year. How to find close accumulated for machinery? Take note, this is book value. What is book value? Book value means your net book value. Means my cost already less depreciation, my net book value 270. Understand? This is after depreciation. So, how many years have I depreciated? Because I only started first year. I'm now in second year. This information is first year. So, I have already depreciated how many percent for machinery? Machinery. Machinery is 10%. Means I have already depreciated 10%. My cost depreciated 10%. I left with 270. This 270 is how many percent? 90%. Every year I depreciate 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, and this is my first year, I depreciate 10% only. Meaning my value here is only 90%. Can I find my original cost? So my original cost, can you find 300,000? $270,000 is after depreciation. How I know that? They mentioned here book value, not cost. If it's cost, means haven't depreciated, accumulated. So 270 is 90%, means your original 100% will be 300,000. Like this. Okay, if I tell you here, my original cost, let's say given, my original cost is 300,000 and my depreciation 10% on 300 will be 30. My net book value will be 270. Which one is given? 270 is given. And we know 270 is after 1 year depreciation. This is 90. Can I find original? Yes, 270 divide 90 times 100. This way. So once I know my cost to be 300, my book value is 270, I know my accumulated depreciation, 30. Okay, so now my accumulated found for machinery, accumulated depreciation for machinery.